Good morning. Welcome to Unity Center of Spiritual Growth. I'm so glad you're all here. A special welcome to all of you that are online with us today. We're glad you're here as well. I know that each and every one of you are here by divine appointment. That's such an interesting concept, isn't it? Be here by divine appointment. I like that. I'm going to ask Peter to come on up and light our Christ candle, as well as our first Advent candle. Come on up, Peter. Today is the first Sunday of Advent, the Christmas season. I'm excited. I like Christmas. And lighting the Christ candle is just a symbolic reminder that the light of Christ is alive. You just have to squeeze. Light this one first. There you go. The light of Christ is alive within each and every one of us. And the first candle of Advent stands for hope and faith. I have a daily word on hope and faith. How about that? It says, I walk by faith and live each day with hope in my heart. As Advent begins, I center myself in hope and feel my faith grow strong. I marvel at Mary's faith as I think about the mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual aspects of her journey to Bethlehem to have her child. She must have felt frightened to hear what the angel had told her, but faith allowed her to take each step with peace. Like Mary, I may wonder why I am facing certain events, and like Mary, I live in faith. When I have doubt or uncertainty, no matter what is going on in my life, my faith in the power of spiritual living gives me renewed hope that God is with me. I am reassured that along every journey, no matter how long, the highest good is unfolding. And from Psalm 62:5, for God alone my soul waits in silence, for my hope is from him. So our mission statement here at Unity states that we are a spiritual community that lives love and uplifts lives. Shall we say that together? We are a spirit-centered community that lives love and uplifts lives. Thank you. It's a good reminder for what we strive for in this community. Shall we take a moment in prayer together? Holy Spirit, Divine One, we know that you are with us here at this moment here, giving us hope and faith that we can live a spirit-centered life, that what we do matters. We'll just take a moment and we'll just breathe in the breath of God. And know that we're here for a purpose. We're here for a purpose to go out and create good in the world. On this glorious day, the first Sunday in Advent, we live in hope and faith. We move forward, walking our paths, spreading our good wherever we go. We thank you, God, for your divine presence in us, through us, and as us, every moment of every day. And with that, we say amen. Thank you. All right, let's take a moment to meet and greet. It's a good day to say hi to everybody. And when you hear the music, just come on back and sing with us. Hi.
Hi there. How are you? Anything new in your life? Oh. So, my brother had emergency brain surgery. Oh my. So it's been an interesting journey for all of us. They scooped out golf ball
on the prayer list, huh?
Yeah.
You're on the prayer list.
Yep. Yeah. If you were to see him, you'd like,
He looks fine.
they didn't shake his head.
Oh, that's amazing.
He's got this huge seat, here's some of the you have to like, or to see this big
That's crazy.
sea where they, flapped and split
Yeah.
scalp back.
Yeah.
Exercise.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. I mean, so that was the 10th of November, so
Okay.
3 weeks later.
Yeah, that's not that long yet. All right, should we do this?
Yep.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis a season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel, fa la 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 la. Troll the ancient Yuletide carol, fa la 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 la. See the blazing Yule before us, fa la 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 la. Strike the harp and join the chorus, fa la 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 la. Follow me in merry measure, fa la 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 la. While I tell of Yuletide treasure, fa la 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 la. Fast away the old year passes, fa la 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 la. Hail the newly lads and lasses, fa la 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 la. Sing we joyous all together, fa la 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 la. Heedless of the wind and weather, fa la 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 la. Yeah. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Roy Ely. I'm the celebration assistant today. Welcome to Unity. Welcome to the first Sunday of Advent. And man, did our halls get decked. Thank you to everybody who is involved in that. It really is nice, and it just gets prettier and prettier and prettier. I think maybe the tree might be there pretty soon, and thank you, thank you. If this is your first time here at Unity, feel free and brave enough to raise your hand, so we have a gift for you if you are so inclined. Nobody there. And if it's your first time joining us online, we appreciate you being here, and we believe that you are here by divine appointment. You've got something to learn here today. If you want to let us know you're here, you can click on the Connect with Us link and do what they tell you to. So, the music team, thank you, ladies. Thank you, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, there's a guy over there. Julie, thank you. Judith, thank you. Leanne, thank you. And Jim, thank you. Even though it's November, I tolerated a Christmas song today. I have 3 friends who already have their Christmas trees up, so I guess you just have to get used to it, right? Today we would like to acknowledge volunteers, and we are thanking the InReach team. Has anybody here ever experienced the InReach team, reached out and gotten helped by the InReach team? Yeah, it's really, really important. What happens is you say, hey, I need X. The InReach team, you let the InReach team coordinator, who is Sienna, thank you, lady, know, and then she finds people who can help you. It can be meals, it can be transportation, it can be a visit in a facility, sitting and reading to a partner, whatever it is. It's just so heartwarming to know that your church community has your back. So these are all people who have helped in the past and are available to help in the future, and we thank you very much. At Unity, we believe that prayer is important, and we try and show you that by offering a prayer chaplain each Sunday. We have 2 today. Would you please stand and show us your faces? Now 3. We got 3 people. These folks are ready and willing to pray with you after the service. It's a very uplifting experience to have someone sitting with you in prayer, and I hope that you will take advantage of that. In addition, you're invited to fill out a prayer request. It's in the back of the seat in front of you. I always get that backwards, and you can write down what you are wanting to have and put it into the receptacles, which are, where are they? In the hallway. Thank you. In the prayer receptacles in the hallway, and they will be prayed over for 30 days, and then sent on to Unity Village, where they will be prayed over for a month as well. Moving on. Announcements. So, the first announcement is, if you have not filled out the intentional giving form, please, please be sure to give so. In the years I've been here, I've served on the board for a total of 12 years. And I'm telling you, every year about this time, we go through a lot to put together a budget. And we used to do it by the quote-unquote seat of our prayerful pants, and not really knowing what to expect. And so we started the intentional giving program as an aid to the board to make a reasonable decision on what we might expect, so that we can make a reasonable budget that reflects that. So the intentional giving cards are in today's bulletin, I believe, and can be put into you can put them anywhere. Hand them to anybody. Just make sure they get into Geraldine. 23 people have already done this, and the thermometer that you see outside is a sign of where we are in reaching our goal for the year. But it's a wonderful thing that you can do for the folks who are on the board and trying to make reasonable decisions about the future. Thank you. We are also collecting food to restock our food pantry after the Thanksgiving food giveaway. If you would like to contribute food, please make it non-perishable, and then remember that the food pantry is available on Thursdays from 10 to 2 and is open to anybody in the congregation. Anybody in the congregation who knows someone who needs something, or a relative or a friend, please let them know that it's available. I don't know if you remember, we used to do this for Parker Subaru, and every week or 2, I would take a trunk full of food. So this church is notoriously generous in giving for that. So let's get back on it. Thank you to Julie Croteau and Ginny Taft, who've organized our Christmas baskets, it's in full force out there. It's a holiday fundraiser, and there's 2 opportunities to give: connect and celebrate. The gift basket silent auction runs from November 30th through December 21st, and in addition, there are special books for sale from authors in our community. In addition to browsing their books, you will hear brief presentations from featured writers, and there will be a raffle of a book from each featured author, so be sure and buy your tickets and bring a friend for this special holiday event, and sign up for the silent auction. When are we drawing for the auction? The 21st? The 21st. So you have until the 21st to get your names down on the silent auction. The Board of Trustees is going to facilitate a question and answer session on December 14th. Anybody who is interested in finding out some information from the board, please stay after the service, and they'll be up here to answer your questions. And planning ahead into 2026, we want to embrace the spirit of giving, and the Divine Dining Group extends heartfelt thanks to everyone who supported this year's effort and invites you to consider doing it next year as well. What they do is they commit to a certain amount of money, go out to breakfast together, and then each person puts that amount of money in for a tip, and the unsuspecting waiter or waitress gets that money. It's a heartwarming experience to see the shock on their face when that happens. So set aside some tip money and join us in April of 2026. And finally, as a reminder, the Unity Drum Circle will meet on the 3rd Wednesday during the month of December due to the Christmas holidays. That's it for me.
Let's take a moment and prepare for meditation. Join me in singing, I Am So Blessed. so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. Let's sing it one more time. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Let me just invite you to take a moment, and if you haven't already, allow your eyes to close. Take a few nice deep breaths. Just allow yourself to slow down, to arrive, to be here. Such a busy time of the year. And maybe even getting here was somewhat frantic for you. Just as you breathe and as you settle, allow your body, allow your thoughts to slow, and maybe think about those words that we were just singing. Let them be a little bit of a mantra. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. Maybe allowing your attention to drift inside to your heart, to your thoughts, your feelings. Maybe this morning you could also say, I am so grateful for all that I am. It's not just what we have, but it's who we are. Can you soften? Can you open? Can you offer gratitude and loving presence to whatever's with you in this present moment? There's nothing to fix. There's nothing to change. Maybe even nothing to understand, but just to be present. Maybe if there's anything that's being resisted or causing a little bit of tension or something, just offer it some breath, some care. Maybe coming home to that light of love that's inside of you. And resting and being still. And then allowing your awareness to come back out to the room, the sounds, the smells, the beings who are here and all around. And as you're ready, just gently opening your eyes.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Thank you. I don't know about you, but I needed that music and pause this morning. Anybody else just have a busy, hurry, scurry, run around, go all over the place? Tis the season to be merry, tis the season to be busy, tis the season to be frantic, tis the season to eat lots of good food and wake up feeling and I'm just really, really grateful that you're here today. Thank you for joining us online. I hope that these moments together can be a little bit of a breath of fresh air for you, spiritual, emotional, physical, whatever you need, just to really drop in and rest and pause and slow down for a little moment. It's just so good to be together. Good to be together. Good to be here. Good to drive in this morning and see the thermometer on the car at 25 degrees. I know for you Idahoans, that's a heat wave in the wintertime, so yeah. But I just love the crispness and the coolness of everything, and yeah, just really, really good to be here. As you've heard, today is the first Sunday in Advent. We borrow that from the Christian tradition. Advent is all about watching and waiting. And if you were like me and growing up in Sunday school, it's watching and waiting for Christmas, the birth of Jesus. And I remember as a kid thinking, well, what's there to watch and wait for? I mean, how do you watch and wait for a story that you already know the ending to, you know? and that's, it's just, there's something to that in all of our spiritual traditions. We can romanticize it and sentimentalize it, and there's nothing wrong with that. I love this time of the year. Whatever your sentimental factor is, whatever your nostalgia factor is, I've got you beat. No one is more nostalgic and sentimental than James Kress this time of the year. I'll just tell you, I hear songs and I hear the violin play and I'm just like, I just love it, But it's also important to remember too that there's a mystery and a wonder to this all. And we're going to spend some time over these next few Sundays in December thinking about Advent and the mystery of Advent and really drawing upon the story of when the angel came and told Mary that she was going to give birth to a son. And again, if we know that story in the Christian tradition, sure, we can kind of lose some of the mystery of it, but really, the mystical lesson in that story is to be aware of things that come into our life that seem a little preposterous. How can this be? Have you ever had anything happen? Maybe you had something happen this week. How can this be? Maybe it's a health problem or a financial problem, or, certainly being with family is always exciting, practicing the art of hospitality, making people feel like they're at home when you wish they really were. Anybody guilty of that? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The laughs are just too telling. Yeah. But the mystery of Advent again is just coming again to this story of something coming to you, and trying not to get ahead of myself, but I can't help myself here. Mary's saying yes to life on life's terms. That's really what it's all about. Saying yes to life on life's terms. Somebody wrote it down this way, and I forget, but it was really good. Advent, and the mystery of Advent, is a total and unreserved yes to be present. A total and unreserved yes to the invitation to be present in and to the world through us. An invitation to be present to the world in and through us. If you were here last week, we talked about the consciousness of life happening through us and life happening as us. It's not trying to fight it, not trying to not trying to resist it, because we do, but it's just noticing that when we do, and living with a open, unprotected, undefended heart to life on life's terms. That's the mystery of Advent that we all can come back to again. And this idea of waiting too, I was just thinking about that. And the difference between sacred time and human time. We humans live on a time scale of seconds and minutes and hours and days and weeks and months, fittingly and properly so. But in the divine economy, in the spiritual economy, life operates totally differently. Sometimes it seems to go at light speed, like, whoa, what just happened to me? And other times it can seem to go on and on and on and on. And again, just the awareness of that and the shared experience of that is part of the beauty and the mystery of what this time of the year is all about. So I'm really looking forward to sharing it with you together as a community this year. All right, today, though, we're going to wrap up our 5-part series that we've been walking through, covering the 5 unity principles. And so unity principle 5 is this: live these principles, practice and apply them. I remember when I saw that, I'm like, that's it? Live these principles, practice and apply them. Okay. Well, goodbye. It's a good day. They can go home and have some fun. Yeah. What to say about that? Well, there's a beauty and an elegance in this simplicity. I don't know why I'm holding my pen. There's a beauty and a simplicity in those principles. And do you remember what those principles are? Does anybody remember? How many of you don't remember what they are? Okay, I love that. Thank you for your honesty, because I had to go back and check them myself. And just even notice that too, our penchant for give me some tools, give me some skills, people say this all the time, give me some tools and skills and takeaways that I can go home with. I've got volumes of notebooks with practical skills and tools and steps to take in my spiritual life that could fill the Smithsonian Institution. And the invitation here is to just tune into the heart and to think, maybe you'll just get what your heart needs today. But the principles that we've been talking about over these last few weeks is the idea of there being one God or one love present in all of the universe. That's an omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent, thank you, being, okay? And if God isn't your jive, think of it as love. Love as being the eternal wisdom and intelligence and meaning and logic to the universe. The second principle is that presence lives and dwells in everyone and everything. And the operative term there is every, not some, not most, every being has a reflection and an image of the divine sacred love in it. The third principle is be mindful of our thoughts. Our thoughts create our reality. We're going to play with that one a little bit this morning because it's a good one. And then the fourth one is about prayer. And whatever we do to connect to the divine, to connect to love, to connect to ourselves, each other, and the world. Those are our 4 principles that we are encouraged now in unity to live, practice, and apply. Well, as it turned out this week, as I was just thinking about this, I thought, ooh, here's a perfect opportunity to maybe offer a way that this can be helpful to you and to me as we navigate this time of the year. Does anybody recognize this picture? Yeah. You know where that might be fun? If not that one, how about this one? What is it? Yeah. Yeah. I had the joy this year of experiencing the Coeur d'Alene Christmas tree lighting. Wow. Holy cow. True confessions, I was a little Grinchy and I was a little Scroogey leading up to it because it was crowded, it was cold. Everybody was all dressed up in their Christmas best, and I showed up like I just got done raking leaves in the yard, you know, and I'm just like, oh, geez, what is all this? And the minute Lisa and I got to the parade, I just started crying. I was just like, oh, this is beautiful. And all the nostalgia and all the memories and all of the feels of Christmas were great. And then we went down to the tree lighting. Lisa we got like right down in front where, is it Brad Hagedon? That's his name? Yeah, you know, we just gave the opening thing. Oh my gosh, the choir singing Christmas carols and then the countdown and a fireworks show like none other. And I was just like, I took videos to send to my kids and look at what they do in Coeur d'Alene to celebrate Christmas. You know, I was just sending it to all my family and friends back home. It's just like, wow. And I got to tell you, I just could not help but get swept up in that. And then, you know, the way James Kress's head works, you know, I'm just thinking, you know, where does this fit in the rest of the world, you know, and other cultures and other languages and other people, you know, that would come to this time of the year and maybe use different terms, different stories, different symbols and everything like that. And I want to just be really careful here because this is where we start to polarize, you know, and there will be some who live over on this side that say, you know, say nothing about Christmas at all. We don't want to offend. We don't want to hurt anybody. You know, don't do anything or say anything or, you know, whatever and all of that kind of stuff. What did I do? Oh. Thank you. Thank you. No, thank you. I'm having a moment here. My favorite Christmas movie, National Lampoon, Christmas Vacation. Yeah, when he catches on fire. Yeah, okay, Uncle Lewis. Yeah, all right. Where was I? Okay, so, you know, there are people over here that's like, they almost apologize for Christmas. And we don't want to, you know, offend or whatever, and so we're going to just do everything we can except use the word Christmas. Then there are people who live over here where Christmas is the one and only thing, you know, and we don't talk about anything else because it's just like offensive and we can't do that. And I just, you know, I think there's a middle way where we can, again, what we talk about here at Unity. Yes, we come from a Christian background, and I come from a Christian background, so I speak from that place often, but that's not to the diminishment of other faiths, other traditions, other stories, other narratives that come into play this time of the year. And I'm thinking of Hanukkah, I'm thinking of Kwanzaa. It seems like there's one more I'm forgetting, but I can't remember what it is. Anyway, and one of the things that we talk about here is that all of these faiths, all of these traditions have a song to sing, a story to tell, a sound to make that's beautiful in their own right. And when they all play together in this basket of love and harmony, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So what I want to do is offer you a couple thoughts that I hope will help you navigate your way through the holidays this year. I'm a little nervous because I don't want this to come across condescending or like I'm trying to mansplain something to you. These are just these are thoughts that just came to me as I was enjoying just like Santa Claus exploded in Coeur d'Alene. I mean, it was just like amazing how it all happened, okay? But here's and I'll offer this in the form of a question, okay? And you can just take this or leave it. What if there is nothing you can do to take the Christ out of Christmas? when I was a young pastor in my old church, people would come up to me and they would just be either seething or in tears. James, I can't believe this. My children's school changed the name of their party from Christmas to holiday. Ah, my relatives signed their card, Merry Xmas instead of Christmas. Okay. It was just like there was all this thing. They're taking the Christ out of Christmas. And I just remember as a very young pastor, even at that time, I thought to myself, can we do that? Do people have the authority or the ability to take the Christ out of Christmas? And again, be mindful. We talk about our Christ candle here. Christ is the awareness of the presence of the divine and love in everyone and everything, okay? It's not Jesus' last name. So it's just there. It's just there. So I don't think we have to worry so much about that. If a school or an organization or something here changes its name from Christmas to holiday, or maybe changes its name from holiday to Christmas, it just is what it is. I don't think we have to, maybe we don't have to just lose a lot of sleep over that, okay? Secondly, there's nothing you can do to put the Christ into Christmas. And this used to get me as well, In my house and in my church, we're going to put the Christ in Christmas. We're going to say Merry Christmas all month long, and we're going to, do all these things to do that. And there was a little bit of a, what's the word? I want to say presumption, maybe a little bit of arrogance, something, that by saying Christmas or by having prayers or songs and all that kind of stuff, again, humans have the ability to put the Christ into Christmas. And I think that can be a little divisive or troublesome as well. What if, and I was talking with Jean, are you here? There you are, you're over there, okay, and she just came in this morning, and I just love this, I'm raising my sails and tuning my sail to the wind of the Spirit this season. I just love that. And I just thought to myself, yes, that's what this season can be. We just tune our sails and we trim our sails and all of that to catch the spirit of love and life and joy and happiness that's present. We don't have to get hung up on words, and we don't have to get hung up on phrases. Again, not that there's anything wrong with it, but sometimes new things come into our life that can help us expand and appreciate our understanding of the holidays. So I hope that helps you. And if not, that's okay. But that's just kind of what I was thinking about as I was just, experiencing. And there were so many people there at that celebration too. Oh my gosh, it was just packed. So it was a lot of fun and a lot of to be a part of that. Okay. Yeah. So much more I want to say. So yeah, Christmas Vacation is one of my favorite movies. Did you ever watch the Seinfeld episode where George's dad, does anybody know what I'm talking about? What's it called? A Festivus for the Rest of Us. Yes. I'm really glad to hear that we're going to have a tree over here, and then what was it, a Festivus pole, should we? I'm not saying we need to get one of those. But again, it's about freedom, and it's about joy. Okay, so Mark 10:18, Jesus says this, no one is good except God alone. I'll come back to that because I don't want to get ahead of myself, okay? Nothing is good except love alone. Again, when we get to the holidays, in this time of the year especially, we can say to ourselves, yes, we'll accept other stories, we'll welcome other stories, but then inside think, but this one is the best. Or this one commands all the other ones. And again, my invitation to all of us, myself included, is as we navigate our way through the holidays this month is, can we be open to not just tolerating other stories, but actually learning from them? Maybe there's something in this story for me to learn. Maybe there's something in this story for me to understand. It goes back to what we were saying about the spirit of Advent at the very beginning, where the invitation is to not be apart from reality, to not be above reality, to not be below reality, to not be outside of it, but to be solidly with it. And so if you find yourself with a group of people speaking another language or telling another story or offering another perspective, can you be present to it lovingly and just be yourself? So in Mark 10:18, people came up to Jesus and they called him good teacher. You know, they were revering him and honoring him. And in that response to that, Jesus said, "Why do you call me good? No one is good except God alone." As I've been telling you along the way, I interchange God and love. So nothing is good except love alone. It all comes back to love. All right, so how can we find love in principle number 5? I'd like to just offer you 3 reflections that you can take with you today or meditate on. Again, principle number 5 is living, practicing, and applying the unity principles. Okay? The first one is this, and I kind of hinted at it just a moment ago. Try reframing "this is good" or "bad" with "this is new." Reframe good or bad with "this is new." Just a little something to watch the rest of the day today and your week today. Notice how often you will say, "Oh, this is good," or "this is bad." Notice how other people say, "Oh, this is good, this is bad." Now again, this isn't to say stop doing that, because there are definitely things of right and wrong and good and bad that we need to be mindful of. But again, when new things come into our life, notice how the mind is going to want to apply a judgment to it. Good or bad is a judgment. And what I'm finding useful in my life is that when something new comes in, yes, I can be aware, "Ooh, I don't like this," or "Ooh, I like that." You know, like trying a new food. You know, "Ooh, I don't like that." "Ooh, I like that." Okay? Again, there's a judgment to that. What if instead you just said, "Oh, this is new. This is new." Try that. Experiment with that. Play with that. And just notice what happens. Cool? All right. Secondly, as we think about the unity principles, don't serve the principles. Let the principles serve you as you serve others in the world. And this is really important, because in so many spiritual traditions, including this one, we can wrap ourselves into principles, beliefs, practices. And if we don't hold those with an open hand, they can harden, they can ossify, and we can cease to be relevant. The beauty of this movement, as it began in the early 1900s, is that Charles and Myrtle Fillmore looked across the perspective of Christian faith and Christian practice, and what they saw was a lot of dead religion that didn't make any difference in people's lives. And because their hearts were open, they experienced spiritual healing in miraculous ways. They experienced and desired to integrate Christian thought with all of the other spirituality and philosophical thought in the world today, and it was rich and it was beautiful. The idea here is for us to live that same spirit today. We can look back with thanks and gratitude for who they were and what they did. But I think it's more useful to say, what is the heart and what is the spirit that they had that we can apply to things today? I can't think of an example right now, but again, don't serve the principles. Don't conform your life to them. Rather, as you are interacting with yourself, with God or the divine, with other people, draw upon these principles and let them serve you. That's what keeps them alive and keeps them relevant. Good? All right, one more. I've shared this quote with you before, but I think this is really relevant here. Keep your heart open. When your heart is open, you don't need to know the rules. You create them. So what I'd like you to just do, what I'd like us to do together is take a moment and reflect this holiday season. What do you want to create? What do you want to create? Would anybody be just open to sharing whatever comes to mind? What do you want to create this December?
Just peace.
I'll come back.
I want to have our particularly Western culture in this United States create one nation under God instead of two parties under of authority and leadership from one side of the aisle to the other. It has to stop. We have to come, like you say, come to the middle and treat each other as citizens of a united states.
Thank you, Peter.
Well, he said it all.
Oh.
Peace. And that's peace between different religions and different political aspirations. Just try to love one another and just leave your heart open to accept.
Very good. Thank you. Anyone else? David?
Thank you. I wish to be with people. At the present time, I'm physically with them. Slow down, listen to them, be engaged with them.
Thank you.
Even if you're not physically with family, be with family in love and pretend you're playing pinochle with them right across the table.
Yes. Pinochle. That's a great game. Do you want to? Yeah. I'm sorry.
I would like to see more harmony, good harmony.
Yeah. Harmony. Good. Anyone over here?
Warmth, because there's always difference of opinion and difference of thought, but when there's warmth, it can be kind of wrapped in understanding. And
Yeah. Thank you, Kelly. What else? What do you want to create? Anyone else?
I vote for fun and lightness.
Yes, yes. Someone mentioned playing pinochle. That's a fun game. Thanksgiving Day, I learned the card game Sevens. You ever heard of that game? It's a total lot of fun. There's a dice game I learned a couple months ago. My dad passed away called Farkle. Have you ever played Farkle? Yeah, it's kind of an interesting name. Yeah, fun, laughter, playing games. Lisa and I were at dinner with some friends the other night and just had a wonderful time and just being together and enjoying the spirit of the holidays and everything that came up. And a subject came up that we were talking about, and it was really enjoyed a conversation that it was something that could have become one of those issues where we dug in and took sides, but it was really about a mutual curiosity and learning and understanding about someone with different points of view. And the good news is that every one of you here, including myself, can create that. I don't know that we need to have a certain person in the White House of any political persuasion, or a certain mayor, or a certain governor, helpful as it may be. There's nothing I would offer, nothing at all that can get in the way of you or I doing that, except maybe how we decide that we want to show up. So be mindful of that this holiday season. You can create your reality. That's Unity Principle 3. Be mindful of your thoughts. They create your reality. All right. I want to take a minute and just revisit something that I shared with you last week, just to kind of take this a little bit deeper and help you process, and hopefully help you process just how faith, love, and spirit get worked out in your life. And I shared this last week, so it'll be a repeat. It's like we heard you say that last week. Well, this is the adaptive cycle. It's a model used by biologists to describe the life cycle of a forest and what a forest goes through. And what's interesting, again, to me, is when we think of forests, their time cycle is many more years than the human cycle. I mean, human beings are blips on a screen compared to a forest or compared to a tree. So I think this can be something helpful and something useful, I hope, for you as you think, where am I spiritually in my life on this adaptive cycle, okay? Stage one is called exploitation. Exploitation is the discovery of a resource for life and for growth. So in the forest, we can think of sunlight, water, nutrients from the soil. Okay? Think about your spiritual life. I've talked to many of you how you found unity at your home, and all of that. So yes, there's the discovery of this place and this resource for nourishment and growth and life, and it's a very normal, very natural part of the process. Okay? The second phase is conservation. Conservation is the holding on to and the conserving of that resource to preserve and promote life. Life wants to live. Life and love want to express itself. So when a resource is discovered, there's going to be a natural impulse to want to hold on to that. I think the same is true in our spiritual life. We discover something that works. We discover something that feels good. We discover a story or a relationship that's and the natural impulse, the normal impulse, is to want to hold on to it. Okay? It's normal. It happens. I think the holding on to things is what causes a lot of division in our culture today. So the conversation I was having a couple weeks ago was about transgenderism and women playing, or men, biological men playing women's sports. I'm sure we could have quite an animated conversation in this place here, okay? And we're not going to do that right now. But it's one of those things where I thought, wow, how neat it would be to have a conversation like that and to create a space that's safe enough for people to bring their hopes, their fears, their dreams. The beautiful thing about the conversation that I had with this person is that we were coming at it from different angles, but at the end, when we peeled back all the layers of potential conflict, we realized we want the same thing, which is the good for all of people and all of humanity, okay? But it comes to this link of wanting to hold on to what gives us life, because one of the ways our minds work is when something threatens our life, we react and we go into fight, flight, or freeze, okay? The inner part of our brain hasn't evolved enough to discern between an actual threat, a fire, an earthquake, whatever, and a perceived threat. Someone not answering a text right away, someone, whatever it might be, okay? These become to our being, okay? But this is a natural, normal part of what it means to be human. Well, then what happens is, inevitably, because love is always breaking out of the containers we make for it, at least that I make for it, there's some form of release. We talked about this last week. For a forest, it could be a fire, it could be disease, but the ecology changes, and now in the forest, the tree becomes the stuff of the soil and the nutrients for future generations. Think about your life today. Something might feel like it's crumbling before you. Maybe it's your health, maybe it's your finances, maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's a belief system, whatever it might be. Can you be present to that and maybe think of whatever might be releasing in your life as a decomposition of sorts for a future that is to come? Maybe something that you'll experience in this lifetime, maybe something for generations down the road. I'm really looking forward to, in the new year, many things, but starting a men's ministry and offering something, offering healing and hope for men here. And as I've just really been thinking about it, the ripple effect that when men grow and heal, women too, I don't mean to make this just about men, but especially men grow and heal, the ripple effect can be felt downstream for generations. As certain things are just allowed to decompose and melt away, there's a newness and the freshness that comes from that. And in the fourth stage of this, again, then there's a reorganization, okay? And I think we all like the new. We all like things reorganized. We don't always appreciate the disorganization that has to happen before it. Any of you remodeled a house? Yeah. It's really messy and really sloppy, okay? But the end result oftentimes is pretty cool, right? Yeah. So let that be something for you to think about this holiday season, to watch, to notice, to wait. What from your experience might be wanting to be released in your life so that there can be a new reorganization, a new expression of love, a new expression of life, a new expression of hope. And just watch and see what happens. Because I think when that happens, we can create the realities that we want. I want to close by, you know what that is? Yeah. So we have our unity candle here and our Advent candle here. Maybe if you find yourself in downtown Coeur d'Alene this week, you can look at this star. And I'd just like to close with offering a little poem. It's about candles, but we can also think about it as Christmas lights. It says, I will light candles, candles of joy despite all the sadness, candles of hope where despair keeps watch, candles of courage where fear is ever present, candles of peace for tempest-tossed days, candles of grace to ease heavy burdens, candles of love to inspire all my living, candles that will burn all year long. Amen. And so it is.
This is one of my favorite songs for this time of season. So I'm reminded that the first Sunday in Advent is about Mary having to walk her path. And each of us gets to do that too. We have to walk our paths, walk our talk. Can I hold baby Jesus? Can I touch his tender skin? Feel my arms warm around him, place my finger on his chin. Can I look into his face and see him smile? Can I hold him? Can I hold the little child? I can hold baby Jesus every moment that I live. I can treasure his commandments. I can learn how to forgive. I can show the world compassion undefiled. I can hold him. I can hold the little child. Will you hold baby Jesus as you live the whole year through? Will you show love and mercy in all you say and do? Will you share his presence, ever meek and mild? He's more than just a baby. Jesus lives today. Will you hold baby Jesus as you go your way? Will you hold him? Will you hold the little child?
to continue in our gathering here this morning by receiving our offerings. And so as we prepare to do that, I just want to say a note of thanks to all of you for your participation in that. If you're online, there's a, how did you say that, Roy? That'll tell you what to do, a button you push that'll tell you what to do, how to give. And I just want to emphasize again, for those of you that are comfortable and are able and willing, any of you that are able to indicate your planned regular offerings for 2026, do help us anticipate what our income is going to be so that we can budget reasonably well. So thank you for that. I think I told you last week we're going to spend 4 weeks in January talking about money. So yes, we can talk about that, and I think it's going to be really fun. So, but until that time, thank you all for your participation. However you participated is deeply, deeply appreciated. As we get ready to receive our offering, let's say our action statement here, that's divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I receive. Thank you for your generosity.
Please join me in singing.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, with the kids jingle belling and everyone telling you be of good cheer. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the happiest season of all, with those holiday greetings and gay happy meetings when friends come to call. It's the happiest season of all. There'll be parties for hosting, marshmallows for toasting, and caroling out in the snow. There'll be scary ghost stories and tales of the glories of Christmases long, long ago. It's the most wonderful time of the year. There'll be much mistletoeing and hearts will be glowing when loved ones are near. It's the most wonderful time of the year. We can be done.
Wonderful improvisations on a Christmas song. See, I love it. It's freedom and newness, yes. Would you join me in prayer for our offering here? We do, just aware of the goodness, the joy, the life, the fun, the festivities that are all a part of this time of the year. We give of our offerings and our resources with joy, with faith, and with the conviction and assurance that these gifts will be multiplied in many miraculous ways for the purpose of living love and uplifting lives in this community. And for that, we give thanks and call it good. Amen. And so it is. All right.
All right, shall we bring our kids in?
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go,
So today we talked about how we are safe in this world. We read a little book that's called I Am Safe in This World. We talked about.
Karen,
Whoops.
you gotta hold that up to your mouth.
Oh, like this? Not over here. Okay, and so we're safe because God is always with us. We talked about angels, if some of the kids believe in angels. We talked about Mother Nature keeps us safe. Anything else, you guys, that keeps us safe? Friends and family. Oh, boy. Entertainment. Okay, and then this is a beautiful picture that Molly drew of the reasons we're safe in this world. So Earth and the sun, Mother Nature, he's a little angel. I thought that was a beautiful little picture. Yeah. So we had a great time. Okay.
All right, thank you, Karen. Thank you, kids. You want to join your families or who you came with today? Make sure they all get back to their seats. Yes, they have. All right. Would you like to stand and join me in singing the peace song? And our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Amen.